Afghanistan has long been a land where powerful empires struggle to survive. In December 1979, the Soviet Union learned this lesson the hard way when it sent its army into Afghanistan, believing the intervention would be quick and decisive. The goal was to support a collapsing communist government and protect Soviet influence during the Cold War. Instead, the invasion turned into a decade-long war that the Soviet Union could not win. Afghanistan's geography played a critical role. Rugged mountains, narrow valleys, and remote villages made it nearly impossible for a conventional army to operate effectively. But terrain alone did not defeat the Soviets. Resistance formed almost immediately among the Afghan population. Fighters from different regions and backgrounds united loosely as the Mujahideen, determined to defend their land, faith, and independence. The Mujahideen avoided direct battles. They relied on guerrilla tactics, ambushes, sabotage, and sudden attacks before disappearing into the mountains. Soviet convoys were constantly under threat, supply lines were vulnerable, and soldiers faced an enemy that blended into the civilian population. Despite superior weapons and numbers, the Soviet army struggled to control the countryside. The war soon became a major Cold War battleground. The United States, along with Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, began supporting the Mujahideen with money, training, and weapons. This support intensified in the mid-1980s with the introduction of portable anti-aircraft missiles, including the Stinger missile. Soviet helicopters, once dominant, became targets. Air superiority was no longer guaranteed. As casualties mounted, morale among Soviet troops declined. Many were young conscripts fighting far from home in harsh conditions, with no clear sense of progress. Inside the Soviet Union, public support for the war collapsed. Afghanistan increasingly came to be seen as an unwinnable conflict. In 1989, after nearly 10 years of fighting, Soviet forces withdrew from Afghanistan. A global superpower had been forced to retreat, not by another army, but by sustained resistance, difficult terrain, and time. The war weakened the Soviet economy, damaged its military prestige, and contributed to the collapse of the Soviet Union just 2 years later. Afghanistan, however, did not find peace. Civil war followed, and from this chaos emerged the Taliban in the mid-1990s. While the Taliban did not defeat the Soviet Union, their rise was shaped by the aftermath of the Soviet withdrawal. The Soviet-Afghan War proved a lasting lesson of history. Even the most powerful empires can be defeated when they fight wars they cannot control.